Hey guys, so one thing that I've noticed a lot when working with other artists and producers is that they struggle with creating space inside of their mixes. And with space, I mean making room for other elements. Now, there are countless of things that you can do to make more room inside of your mixes. And with making more room, I mean making sure that all the elements get their right space inside of the track, and that can be by stereo field, that can be by the frequencies in the mid side. And in this new series I want to go over different elements of making sure that you create bass inside of your mixes. So what is Soothe 2 and how are we going to use it? So you've probably seen this plugin before, and one of the most powerful and often overlooked features is the sidechain option. This allows Soothe to automatically detect the frequencies of the sidechain input and bring them down on the other element. For example, let's say we have a big lead playing and there are two vocals on top of it. Every time when the vocal plays, it feels a bit buried inside of the mix because of that big lead that's under there. So what we can do is we can grab Soothe, we can place it on the big lead and sidechain it to the vocal. So what is the big advantage of this? The vocal is not playing, the lead still has all his frequencies, so it doesn't change anything in the overall energy and feel of this lead. Only when the vocal is playing it will take down a little bit of those frequencies. And Soothe 2 is super precise, so in this way it sounds really natural and you don't hear any sidechain happening, so you don't hear it turning on or off or jumping back up. And that's why I personally don't like sidechaining, but in this way with Soothe 2 I really like it because it's super easy, super fast, and it sounds really natural. Now let's jump right into the session and get a few examples and hear how this thing sounds. Okay, so here we are inside of Studio One, and this is a new track that I'm working on. It's a Psytrance track, and I will play this part, and please pay attention to the vocals, the vocal shots, so to say. So that's this one over here, the vocal shots. This is basically exactly as the example that I said before. Like, there's a big lead playing here and there are some vocals, and this area is super crowded. So this is without Soothe, and I will play it first and then we're gonna process it with Soothe and see if we can make more space for those vocals. So first things first, as you can hear, there are a lot of elements in this part, and I want to make sure that those vocals sit in the right space. Right now the melody is really pushing away everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Soothe 2 and I'm going to place it on top of the melody, on the big lead. And what I'm going to do now, this is just the default settings, but we're not going to use it in this way. As I said before, Soothe 2, it's a great plugin, but it can really kill the dynamics. And for this technique, I want to use the sidechain. And the sidechain is over here, where that says sidechain, of course. So we're going to engage the sidechain here. And in Studio One, I'm going to select the input channel. And for Studio One, I also have to select sidechain here. This kind of depends on what kind of DAW you're using, on how you can direct your sidechain. So now Soothe 2 is sidechains to the vocal shot. So on top of that lead, on the melody, it will take out the frequencies and push the vocal more up front. Now inside of Soothe 2 you have this EQ curve. I'm just going to bring this down and I'm going to select the full frequency. And of course, if you want to have more clarity or more highs that are pushed into this sidechain, we can boost this, but for now I'm just going to leave it like this and first hear how it's going to sound. Okay, so let's take a listen again. Okay, so it's already sounding a lot better. You can hear that the vocals get pushed through a little bit more. But there are a few things that we can do to make it even more effective. And the first thing is this depth. So we're gonna increase the depth. We can also try to set it on hard, but for now let's just leave it on soft. And something that I also do is I always put it on the fast attack mode. So it will be super fast. Only when the sidechain is happening, it will take down the frequencies and then jump right back. So the fast attack and fast release. This way you won't hear what the sidechain is actually doing. So let's take another listen and let's play around with this depth over here. Okay, so big difference. Just by putting on Soothe 2 and sidechaining it to those vocals, it already sounds way more alive, and you can actually hear the vocals and they have their own place in the mix. Now, inside of this mix, I would still work a little bit on the vocal itself and just maybe EQ it, maybe make it a bit louder. But it's got a lot of more space just by using Soothe 2 in sidechain mode. Okay, let's do the same thing with a HipHop tune. And with this tune, I'm gonna sidechain the vocal to the beat. And basically what this allows me to do is to make sure that the beat and the music is more sitting together instead of that you have the beat playing and then on top of it a vocal, because that's something that I hear a lot. And that can be fixed really easy just by using Soothe 2.
You do a dime, you got the singing, Amy Wine. No, we aiming for the head and spine. Styling down to sabotage. Ask my mom, I never lied. I'm the one that they admire. Blocking all that bullshit. Thought they told you I'm a writer. Got it lit, don't need a lighter. Where I'm going, getting higher.
Okay, and now let's put Soothe 2 on it and make it sidechain to the beat. Okay, so first thing, gonna put Soothe 2 on the beat. Again, make sure that sidechain is turned on. I'm gonna make it fast release and make it apply to the full frequency. And let's take a listen with Soothe 2, and I'm also gonna play around with the depth to make sure that it's really sitting together with the beat. So let's take a listen again.
You got the singing, Amy Wine. No, we aiming for the head and spine. Styling down to sabotage. Ask my mom, I never lied. I'm the one that they admire. Blocking all that bullshit. Thought they told you I'm a writer. Got it lit, don't need a lighter. Where I'm going, getting higher. I've been tired of that pussy shit. Like, tired of these kids that think they ever fit my shoes. You gonna lose. Summertime, flowers bloom. Yeah, my shit is hot as June. This pursuit, we gonna boom it. I've been faded, straight cruising, yeah. Like I've been faded, straight cruising, getting to it. I could be a man all night.
And the last example that I want to show you is with kick and bass. So you can actually use Soothe 2 really well to sidechain your bass to your kick. So for instance, in this track, it is a bass that is a bit melodic and that's kind of going all over the place. So what we want to do is we want to place Soothe 2 on our bass line and sidechain it to the kick so that our kick is always potent in the mix and that you can always hear your kick playing before your bass. So let's first take a listen without Soothe 2. And now I'm going to play Soothe 2 on the bass and I'm going to sidechain it to my kick. And because this is a bass, I want to focus only on the sub area. So right now we're going to use the EQ inside of Soothe 2 to just EQ only the sub area. So until I would say 300 hertz, something like that. Let's just first take a listen and then decide if this is the right curve or not. Now this is just one of the ways that you can use Soothe too, and with this technique you can actually clean up your mix a little bit more and make more room for the smaller sounds in the background without hearing the actual sidechain happening like in a normal compressor or with an EQ where you take out the frequencies, and when the sound is not playing you would still miss those frequencies. So this is a really nice way to clean things. It's super fast and it's super effective. In this series I'm going to continue with ways that you can make more room inside of your mixes. I'm going to talk about mid-side and how you can use mid-side to clean your mixes, to make room for sounds and to make it feel more alive. Now if this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments what kind of way you like to use Soothe or what kind of videos you like to see. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.